Hello, everybody. Hey, I am excited to come to you to chat with you just a little bit about what do we do when we sponsor somebody, or why would we want to sponsor somebody? And, what are the steps when we do, right? Because we want to make sure that we do our part as sponsors. So we're going to talk about that today. And if you feel more comfortable with the word sharing, I am completely fine with that because we're sharing the opportunity like somebody shared it with you, right? And I believe that's something that we should all do. Because it's not our job to say yes or no. It's just our job to share it. So what happens when you have your first new consultants? And first of all, let's talk quickly about the rewards of doing that. Not only are you helping to grow this incredible company, which is off to a great start, but of course, we want to grow this company. We need more consultants, right? It's still ground floor, but we are definitely looking to grow. There are unilateral and fast start bonuses for you to earn as a sponsor that many of you probably aren't even aware of, but they are there. It's really fun. It's really fun to do the business with somebody, and it can be very rewarding because when they accomplish a goal or are able to take their family on vacation or just buy groceries for their family, that's super rewarding for us as sponsors. And if you are listening to this in September or October, there's actually a program right now where our CEO, Rick Heath, is giving away cash, $100 cash for new gold consultants and $500 cash for new executive manager consultants. So there's instant cash to be earned too. So those are some of the rewards of sponsoring, as well as just, I don't know, to me, it's one of my favorite things to do and to develop leaders. So first 3 steps for your new consultant. We want to make this simple and the same for everybody on the team. So the first 3 steps for your new consultant is that she is going to download the app. And of course, she's going to get that information in an email from the company. And there are actually, I'm going to pull my app up a minute because I'm going to show you in the True Aura University. I love these inspirational quotes, don't you guys? So way at the bottom here, it says True Aura U. That's your True Aura University. And there's some app training right in here. There's Quick Start. There's all kinds of really good stuff in here. I hope you guys take a look at this so that you know what's available so that you can help your new consultant. So she's going to download that app. You're going to set a date for her launch party to do either in person or virtually. I'll give you a couple more tips on that later, but get a date on the calendar within the first 2 weeks of her joining. Really important that you do it within the first 2 weeks. Even if it's a small group, that's okay. And then number 3 is to have her be thinking about which of the starter kits that she would like to earn. And you can find those starter kits in the resources section of your back office under getting started. So you want her to start thinking about that if already she has not already ordered them. So those are the 3 steps. Download the app, schedule the launch party, and choose a kit. Okay? So she's doing that. In the meantime, you are going to welcome her and add her to the team group because we want all of us to be able to welcome her. And if you're at work and you can't do that, reach out to your upline and we'll be happy to do that for you. But let's add her to the team group and we can start welcoming her. That's really important. And then you're also going to add her to 2 other Facebook groups, True Product with Gary and True Aura Consultants. Sometimes new consultants get added automatically, but I always check and make sure that they're in there because we definitely want them to be in there, okay? All right, so you're doing that. She's doing her first 3 steps, and you're gonna set up a time to meet with her, hopefully in person, if she is local, again, as soon as possible. So maybe you've talked about this, you've messaged, maybe you were at a play date. She's like, yep, I want to join. You get her in the system. Set up a time to meet with her in person if at all possible, because it's just, to me, it's just better, right? It's just more personable. Now, that doesn't always work. So I'm just saying, if possible, please do that. A 30-minute coffee chat, or if not, FaceTime or a Zoom like this. Zoom is actually free to use, you guys. So you can do this with your new consultants. And it's more personable again, because you're able to see each other. You can show her things, right? So set up a time to do that. Do that as quickly as possible. For sure within her first 10 days, for sure, but sooner if at all possible. And then there's 5 things I want you to write down when you meet with her, okay? What is she excited about? Ask her, what are you excited about? And she's going to tell you what she's excited about. She's probably going to tell you what she's concerned about, what questions she has, because your job at that point is just to listen and to answer her questions. And you may not know all the answers, but you know where to find it, right? You know it's in the resources. It's going to be in the Getting Started guide. It's going to be somewhere that you can find the answers together. And it's okay if you don't know the answers, all right? I don't always know the answers. I'm like, all right, let's go look this up. So you're going to ask her what she's excited about, what questions does she have, and then make sure you cover the next few things. And you're going to talk about her launch party. What are the details of that? Are you doing it in person? Are you doing it virtually? If you're doing it virtually, one thing that has worked really well for us is to form a group for her launch, and then you can rename that group after the launch for her own private client group. So you keep the people in there and it turns into her client group. So that works really well. What is her prospect list, or how many does she have on her prospect list? This page in the Getting Started guide, page 19 and 20, is awesome to help her start thinking about people that she wants to invite. And she's going to want to invite 20 to 25 people, not everybody on her friends list, okay? It tells you right here some suggested people, like people that are interested in healthy beauty, people that she knows that will support her. There's just really great ideas here. So make sure that list is started and you decide on the details of that launch party. Number 3, which kit has she decided to get? And she might have some questions about that, and you can help her, like, well, I got this one and I like this one, but I wish I would have gotten the big one because it's a better value. And you know, whatever she's comfortable with, get that kit ordered, okay? And those kits are only good for her first 2 weeks after joining, so you don't want to wait on that, okay? Number 4 is quick start, and this all kind of goes together, right? She orders her kit, that's 300 in PV, and guess what? She's halfway to her month 1 bonus, which is 300 PV and 5 customers enrolled. So again, you can talk to her about that, how she can enroll customers. They don't even need to place an order, but just get them in the system. And she would be well on her way to $25 in product credit and True Aura logo gifts. So that's always super fun, isn't it? Like, I love this program because it's just, it's doable, and it gives you immediate results, and it gives you immediate rewards. And I think it's a really cool thing. So this is something I think we should help track with our consultants, at least I do. She can track it right on her app, which is great. But sometimes consultants are so close and they're missing like 2 or 3 enrolled customers. It happens a lot. So don't let her miss that, okay? As she, goes through her, or as she gets started. And then number 5, there is a setting goals, which, I don't know what page is that on. It's in here. Setting goals sheet in here, which is probably all stuff that you've already covered, but it's just writing it down, okay? It's on page 10. There's a short-term goal and a long-term goal, and she might not know all her long-term goals, and that's okay. But just, the short-term goal of make a car payment, pay some medical bills, some extra spending money, maybe money for Christmas or whatever. So, by the end of the year, you'd like to be able to pay for your family's Christmas. All right, let's figure out how we can do that, okay? So I love this sheet. Unless a new consultant likes a lot of information, there's a lot of information in this Getting Started guide, okay? A lot. There's 62 pages. But there is great information in here. And I think as sponsors, we should know what's in here so that when a new consultant needs a tracking form or something, it's in here. When, when you want to talk about an action plan with her, it's in here, okay? So use it at your discretion, okay? Because it's a really good resource. Okay, so those are the 5 things. What is she excited about? You're answering questions, the launch party details, and her getting her guest list and make sure that she's inviting people. Hopefully she's already been doing that. Getting her kit ordered. the quick start, and then setting goals. Okay. So then she'd be off to a great start. You will help her with her virtual or her in-person launch party if you can. If a new consultant doesn't want that help or need it, that's fine. And if you can't, if you're not physically able to be there or whatever, that's fine. You can help her in other ways. Everybody's different that way. And that's why it's really important to ask those questions. Like, what is she excited about? What is she hoping to do with her business? And helping her be realistic, I think, is important, because what we get out of this is directly related to how much time and effort we put into it. So we want to help people set realistic goals. But honestly, the sky is the limit, and she might surpass you, and that's okay. Be excited about that, because, again, you've done your job of sharing the opportunity. I'm going to have you think of 3 things as you're developing your plan and your team to sponsor. And one of them, number 1, is to contact. It's just so important to stay in touch with a new consultant, to encourage her, like, hey, let's do this. Hey, let's go to the Saturday Success together. Let's try this. That's the fun part of having a team, right? Is that you can do things together. So another question would be, how can I help? Tell me what you need help with. Again, you might not have all the answers, and that's okay. But I promise you, you know more than what you think you do, and to trust yourself and to reach out to your upline if you need ideas, if you're struggling, if you need answers. That's what we're all here for, okay? So number 1 is contact. Number 2 is challenge. And this, I find, can sometimes be the hardest thing, because we don't want to be pushy, right? Well, guess what? If somebody misses their quick start by like 2 ordering customers and they weren't aware of it and nobody reminded them of it, they're going to be upset. So challenge her to the quick start program, right? Challenge her to have 10 people in her virtual launch party. That's really important, you guys. We need it. That's what we're here for, and we all need to be challenged. The other thing is to challenge yourself, okay? So you should be knowing your numbers. And you guys, there's so many of you that are so close to going to the next level, and it's being missed by one active leg or a couple of ordering customers. So know where you're at in the career plan. Okay, you gotta know your numbers too, right? So if you're an executive consultant, and look at what it takes for you to get to gold. Oh my goodness, really all I need is 1 more ordering customer and 1 more active leg. That's it. You've got the volume, you've got whatever. So always know your numbers, okay? So challenge them, challenge yourself. And then number 3 is to celebrate. Celebrate every win, everything along the way, right? Progress is progress. It doesn't matter how little or how slow it is, but progress is progress. So celebrate all the wins for your new consultant and for yourself. Super, super important, because especially for those of you that are super high achievers, you're just going on to the next level and the next step and the next goal, and I get that. But stop and celebrate all the wins, because it's really important, and that makes it more fun. So my last tip is, remember that you can't own somebody's potential, okay? You can see it, you can so see it in somebody, but you can't own it. So it's our job just to, go through the steps, and contact and challenge and celebrate, and it's their choice what they choose to do with the opportunity, okay? It's a really tough lesson to learn for most leaders, is not to own their potential, but it's a really important one. So please reach out. We are here for you, and we're excited to grow this team, and let's all be earning some cash and helping to change some lives. Thanks, you guys. Reach out if you have any questions.